Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is your girl KC McDaniel coming to you again with another one. This seems to be happening a little bit too often with these women being unalived by their husbands, their baby daddies, their boyfriends, their exes. And notice that they always posting a lot of videos with these men that they supposedly love them, and these men they love, and the men that love them, and they also have, excuse me, and they also it seems like it's like some sort of kind of, to me, demonic possess culture. It's a demonic possess culture. As much as we don't want to hear these things, notice that people are putting too much unhidden truths about their life with all the glamour, the glitz and the glamour, and living this so-called, I don't know how to really explain it, that their lifestyles are very demonic. Tattoos all over their bodies. These men with these tats all over their bodies. It's like demonic. These women with the BBLs. I mean, we've Dolores. I'm not going to say too much about the hair stuff because I do hair protective hairstyles. You know, I do that so that I can be decent. Sometimes when I come on here, and just to be decent. But some of them they just overdo. They just overdo it. The booties, they all gotta have this small waistline and a BBL. Notice they all seem to have the same characteristics, the same sort of lifestyles. They seem to be living so large. I don't know where they get all this money from. I was like, wait a minute, I'm broke as hell. Not that I'm hating or anything like that. I'm not hating, but it's just something about their lifestyles that's leading them to an early grave. And they're dying by the hands of these so called lovers, boyfriends, and it's just going on too often. It's happening too often. I did a video on another crime story on another woman who was unalived by her husband. It was like a murder suicide thing. They were living the law. They were living large, and they came from, I think they were from Louisiana or something like that, and they moved their family out to Atlanta. And he was supposed to have been some type of entrepreneur, and she was also part entrepreneur. They worked together in a business. He was married before, and he and his wife was on, the first wife he was with, they were on some show, the divorce court or whatever like that. And then she got married with him, and then she was talking about praising the Lord and all this other stuff. See, what people don't understand about this life and your life with the Lord is more everlasting, more longevity. You have more peace. You have life more abundantly. And your riches and glory is not stored on earth, it's stored on heavenly things, meaning that you will have peace of mind. You don't ever have to worry about somebody coming for anything that you got, because everything you got is not to be on display. Everything you got is with what you got within, your happiness within. And all of this showcase of all of this glamour and all of this beauty and the big booty and the small waistline and these so-called relationship goals and these relationships that you build your love on, things and that kind of way, is not, there's no happiness with these people. There is no happiness. And then what makes it so sad is that they so self-sufficient that they don't even think about their children. They bring their children around this toxicity of theirs, this toxic life of theirs. I mean, to me, it's just happening too much, and by it happening the way it has been happening, this is a very attractive woman. I'm not going to say she's not attractive. She's a very attractive woman, but something in her life is empty. Because when I'm gonna play this video, because I did watch it before I'm gonna play it, I said this is, to me, self-serving, superficial, um materialistic. There's no happiness in this. There is truly no happiness when you can't just be happy being a mom. You have children. You bringing your children into these toxic marriages, these toxic relationships. You leaving behind orphans. Your children are ending up being orphans, and they got to go in the hands of relatives or maybe some people that just want to keep them until they, at least when they become teenagers, and then the next thing you know, they don't want nothing to do with them, because once they lose that kind of control, they don't want anything to do with your child. You leaving your children out here without a mother, without a father, and they just out here. And it does become a problem in society. It really does, to have to deal with all of this with children that are orphans. You mean to tell you that's selfish, that you only thinking about what's in front of you. You're not thinking about longevity. You're not even here for your children to at least have you to guide them, to protect them, to love them. There's no greater love than a mother's love to their child. That's the best love, as a gift, is the gift of love, is having their mother's love in the world with them. I still want my mommy. And my mommy been going now for, ooh, my mom died since 2006. So mommy's been going almost 18 whatever years. And I still sometimes long for my mother, love and protection. But I now seek that in the Lord. But it's so sad that these women do this to themselves, because it's happening too often. I did a video, like I said before, this woman, she supposedly had it all going for herself. She had it going on. Just the video I just did recently this morning, when I talked about the woman who had her boyfriend, baby daddy, uh, her new, her ex baby daddy, unalived her. And she seemed to have, the nurse, she had so much going on for her. They all seem like they have the same things in common. They pick the worst of the men, all the tats on their bodies. They want these men to worship them like goddess. And after a while, these men just get tired of them. There's no, to me, I don't think the men is really in love with them as much as they want the man to be in love with them. I think the man just right now needs a place to stay. He got somebody feeding him, housing him, clothing him, being his mama or whatever. Because where do they say nothing about these men jobs? Like the last one, I don't know nothing about. I heard all about what she was doing as far as taking care of her home life, her children, herself, all of this superficial stuff, all of these, there's the BBLs, the tattoos, the big old gender parties, the baby showers, the girl trips, the all of this stuff. They too superficial. Let's go into the video. Some of you might have saw this already, but this is truly, truly sad because it's all the same story. Always the same story. They all got something all in common.
Boy, I say, Frito Bang, I'm a fool for love, man. And my beautiful ass wife. This is what you call a mission complete. My wife was like, babe, can I go step out and have a few drinks with the young ladies, the girls? I said, babe, you goddamn right. I said, you tell them one thing that you taking and you motherfucking for. She said, big old rock. Yeah.
Look at this.
How well do you truly know the people closest to you? Consider the couples you see, the ones who share their lives online, whose smiles seem bright, whose connection appears effortless. They paint a portrait of a life filled with love, a relationship many might envy. This is the story of Shanterica Smith Johnson, a 38-year-old mother, a woman remembered as the life of the party, full of light and joy, with an unmistakable style and a deep capacity for love.
After a long day's work, now I'm waiting on my missus, waiting on my wife, waiting on my best friend, waiting on my lifetime partner to sit down.
This is what you call sinners. Okay. You know that movie that just came out called Sinners? Sinners. This is some kind of demonic, very demonic lifestyle. Very demonic. All the tattoos all over their bodies. She's shaking her booty up in the cameras. This is a mother. Remind you now, she is a mother. A mother. All the glitz and the glamour, the girl trips and all. There's nothing about her family life with her children, but everything is out there just superficial, like I said. What they call modern day women, not a woman that is just basic. She just gotta just overdo everything. Just putting on the show for the cameras. These people are demonic.
Walk through the door after her long day at work, you know. And I just want to surprise her with one of her favorite meals that she liked for me to sit there and cook.
And it's the story of Tracy Johnson, 42 years old. Her husband, the man who from the outside appeared to be her devoted partner, her social media lovey-dovey.
And my beautiful wife, and our boy Pop Bang graduation. Pop Bang, we in the way. We're on the way, we in the building, Bang.
Together, they seemed to have it all. But how much of that public image reflected the private reality? This brings us to a chilling question, one that echoes through every part of this story. What secrets can hide behind the most perfect social media picture and videos? In Alexandria, Louisiana, a city like many others, life carried on as usual. The date was Sunday, March 30th, 2025. Early morning, just past 4:30 a.m. This was the...
Oh, so this just recently happened. This just happened about a month ago. This just happened a month ago. You know, that's why I never really cared for reality shows because I think people want to imitate that lifestyle that these so-called reality TV people do, like the housewives, Atlanta housewives and all that. This is the lifestyle that they seem to have gotten sucked up into. That they seem to have my sister watch it. And I don't watch those shows. I tell them, get them things. I don't watch. I go back and do my throwbacks, like Good Times and What's Happening. You know, I'm into those kind of TV shows. I can't get with all of that other stuff. I can't find these people to be happy. These people are demonic. Their lifestyles to me is demonic. And you always know where it ends up at. They end up crazy or they end up dead.
Address where Shanterica and Tracy shared their lives, the 5900 block of Ronmar Drive. A home that, to the outside world, might have seemed like a place of happiness and a shared future. The breaking point came in the form of a phone call made to the Alexandria Police Department just past 4:30 a.m. It reported a domestic disturbance, and it mentioned gunfire. Officers raced against the dawn, heading to Shanterica and Tracy's home, unaware of the full, horrific scope of what had already occurred. They were responding to a distress signal emanating from within a relationship, a place that publicly radiated happiness. But what they would find upon entering that residence would be the grim confirmation that the gap between appearance and reality had closed in the most devastating way possible, forcing everyone who knew them, and now us, to confront unsettling question once more. This story will make you wonder about the people you know, about the signs we might miss in relationships, the struggles hidden behind closed doors. Have you ever seen a situation where appearances just didn't match reality? It's a difficult truth to confront, but understanding these stories is crucial. This is a story that has sparked debate across the internet on what love and relationship should look like or not. In this story, we'll explore Shanterica's bright life. We will honor her memory, the beginning of her relationship with Tracy, the contrast between their public image and the alleged private turmoil, the events that allegedly led to that tragic morning, and the critical lessons we can take away from this devastating case. Stay with us until the end to fully understand what happened and why it matters. Grab a cup of coffee and settle in for this thrilling true crime story. I'd love to know where you're watching this video from. Let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate to join the conversation, respectfully please, as the family is still grieving. And as we move along, kindly keep the family of Shanterica in your thoughts and prayers.
We have a good lady, y'all. I'm about to buy these high-ass oysters. We about to try them. They both big as fuck. Get that one. That one's real big. I might spit it out. He told us 40 on it. You first. No, you first. No, but give me that little bitty one. No, you getting the big one.
Welcome to Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel and turn on the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of our newest stories. Alexandria, Louisiana is a city located in the center of the state on the Red River, serving as a regional hub known for its cultural attractions and blend of southern charm. However, like many urban areas, it faces challenges related to crime. Alexandria experiences a notable crime rate, with particular concerns often highlighted regarding violent and property crimes within the community. It is against this backdrop that this tragic story unfolded. Shanterica. Danielle Smith was born on November 9, 1986, in Alexandria, Louisiana. Her connection with her mother, Terry Smith, was a source of strength and love, shaping the person she would become. From an early age, Shanterica possessed a remarkable spirit. Friends and family recall a soul filled with warmth and happiness, with a natural ability to lift the spirits of those around her. She had a passion for dancing, an expression of the joy that seemed to flow through her, making her presence truly unforgettable to anyone who met her. I'm like, come here, put that pussy on, don't be running. That brightness carried through her years at Peabody Magnet High School. Shanterica was fully engaged in school activities, her energy drawing people in. She left a lasting mark, graduating with honors in 2005, as at the time of her demise, she worked as tax preparer. Beyond the classroom and her per job, that same magnetic energy made Shanterica the center of any gathering. She had a lively spirit that could light up a room, with an ability to enjoy herself to the fullest. Her sense of style was sharp, fashion was something she loved, and she had a knack for putting together outfits that caught the eye. Many of these looks she shared online, where friends and family admired her confidence and personal flair. She embraced who she was, freely sharing her happiness and style with the world. Beneath the outward joy and style was a heart full of compassion and generosity. Shantarika showed genuine care and consideration to everyone she encountered, giving her love freely. It was no surprise that she caught the attention of a man who would enter her life during this time. The father of her two kids. Their connection was immediate. They were young, shared common interests, and enjoyed spending time together. Their relationship led to an unexpected pregnancy, which both welcomed with joy and family support. They had a daughter, Kinsley, and later a son. Shantarika was devoted to raising her two children. However, the pressures of parenthood strained their relationship, causing tension and affecting their ability to co-parent effectively, which eventually led to the relationship ending. Despite the breakup, he remained involved in their children's early years.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
As Shantarika closed that chapter of her life, she found herself stepping onto a new path, ready for love again, ready for what the future might hold.
We about to go snowmobiling. I can't wait to go in the mountains. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Am I?
Birthday weekend. Wow.
She had no idea this next relationship, the one with Tracy Johnson, would lead down a road none of them could have foreseen. A road that would bring us back to that question. What secrets can hide behind the most perfect social media picture and videos? Shantarika's life was marked by so much joy, love, and her dedication to her children. Do you know someone like Shantarika, whose energy is infectious? Can you relate to her journey as a mother or navigating new relationships after one has ended? Her story, even in its early parts, reminds us of the fullness of a person's life before tragedy strikes. Sharing this video can help spread awareness about the difficult themes we'll explore.
Seemed like she cared more about partying and her men more than and her body and her good looks more than she cared about her kids to me.
As Shantarika turned the page on her past, her outgoing nature meant it wasn't long before she met someone new. She crossed paths with Tracy Johnson Williams from Pineville, Louisiana, who was 42 at the time. From their first meeting, Tracy showed Shantarika a great deal of affection and care. He made thoughtful gestures, offered kind words, gave her small gifts, and planned romantic dates that made her feel truly valued. As their connection deepened, it became clear that this was a significant relationship for Shantarika, and one that she was excited to share.
Over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and here we go. Aloha. What do you tell all the men? And what do you tell all these pretty women?
Shantarika and Tracy began to share their journey openly on social media. They posted vlogs and snapshots that captured moments from their everyday lives, from romantic getaways to parties, wearing matching outfits to having quiet times together, attending game shows and music shows. Their connection seemed clear for everyone to see. Their energy together was undeniable. They showcased a bond that seemed close and happy.
Fake love, fake, fake, fake. Everything about them is fake. This ain't no real love. She seemed to have more time with her man and taking trips and partying and drinking and showing off her tattoos and gyrating all over the place than she had with her kids. Selfish. Superficial. Ain't nothing good about this woman's lifestyle. And this man, I bet you she paid for every trip, every outfit, every gold chain on his neck, his meals. She did it all. Because see, women like this, they put on this front like they so happy in a relationship and they buy in these relationships. Then these relationships are not real. Because any real man that really loves you, he's not going to keep you on the cameras like this. He wants to keep you to himself, away from the cameras all day long, and y'all be doing your own little thing. Most real men that really love their wives or whoever they with don't want their woman out there on display all the time. So obviously, this man was just something she kept in the cameras with her to let her make people think that she was happy and that she was really, this man really showered her with love and security. He's a rented man or a paid for man. This is not a man that truly wanted to be actually with her. She paid for everything. Because I don't see nothing so real about what they're doing. I don't see no real affection, no real love, no real nothing. She paid for that man.
Appearing almost inseparable, their social media presence became a window into their relationship, presenting a picture of a couple deeply in love and enjoying life side by side. In the eyes of friends, followers, and family, Tracy presented himself as an exemplary partner. He seemed genuinely to support Shantarika's aspirations and celebrated her, publicly acknowledging her on occasions like Mother's Day, even including.
She probably brought those roses for herself. I had a co-worker that used to work with me, and she used to order flowers for herself every day. Every day. Every day. Now, some flowers that she got, she didn't order, but she used to always have flowers being sent to her just about every day. And then we caught on that, hey, her husband can't be in that much of love, send her all these flowers every day. And then it was another time, I know these flowers were sent to her from her man because her man gave her a black eye. He beat her up. But she still went back to him and ended up marrying this man. And he used to beat her up. And she had her child around, she had two boys. She had her children around this toxicity of hers, her toxic lifestyle, her toxic relationship. These women, sometimes they see the signs, but they want to be, they don't want to be alone. They don't want to be alone. They see the signs. They know he's dangerous. They know this man can do some damaging things to their life or even kill them. But they see it because there's no way. Okay? She's spending more time with this man than she is with her children, with her family. You mean to tell me you gotta I mean, there's nothing wrong with a woman having to go out and have fun sometimes and enjoy her life. But look at every photo they take. It's all about her and the man. It's all about herself and her man, not the children.
Her children and family gatherings. He appeared to integrate seamlessly into her life, becoming a part of her world. To many looking in, Tracy was the ideal man. They believed Shantarika was incredibly fortunate to have found such a supportive and loving husband. Shantarika herself seemed completely happy, genuinely appreciating that she had found someone who appeared to understand and champion her drive and vision. After they had been together for a few years, Tracy decided to take the next step. He proposed, and Shantarika happily accepted. They soon married in a ceremony that Shantarika described as the best day of her life. It felt like a true love story coming to fruition. Following their wedding, their connection seemed to grow even stronger publicly. Their bond looked solid, and the affection between them appeared to deepen. They were often compared, seen as two parts of a whole, mirroring each other in style and presence. They remained the couple many admired, setting a standard that others aspired to.
Me and my wife finally got us a little alone time. Kids gone. So we just chilling on the trampoline, having us a little relaxation. Look at these jokers here, y'all. Look at us. All they
Oh,
want
that's
to
some
see more.
beautiful dogs. Those dogs are
And we
expensive.
just relaxing on the trampoline. That's it. Got all the pillows, little blanket.
Their love seemed effortless, something to be envied, apparently deeply rooted. On social media, the picture they presented was perfect. But does a perfect picture ever tell the whole story? Their relationship, as presented online, seemed genuinely aspirational, a true social media lovey-dovey story. It's easy to get caught up in those curated glimpses, but this case makes us pause and think. How much do we truly know about the relationships we see online? Have you ever suspected that a couple's public image didn't match their private reality? These are important questions to consider. If this part of Shanterica and Tracy's story is making you think, drop your thoughts on social media relationships and hidden realities in the comments below. And sharing this video widely is a simple but powerful way to spread awareness and potentially help someone who might be in a difficult situation. To friends and followers, Tracy was indeed the ideal husband, supportive and loving. But as we've seen too often in true crime, social media can conceal difficult truths. Because behind the perfect smiles and shared posts, something troubling was allegedly beginning to take root. The hidden darkness that would ultimately shatter the picture-perfect facade.
Man, how about you? Won't you describe your fit for the day? I do it. They got the blue jeans, stitched denim in black. Okay, got the Rick Owens on her feet. You know, describe your little bling bling on your neck. All right,
While Shanterica and Tracy continued to present a picture of happiness and a deep connection online, allegedly, a different reality was taking shape behind closed doors. According to information that emerged later, Tracy was allegedly concealing an inner struggle, one that would cast a dark shadow over their seemingly perfect life. While Shanterica continued to live her life with the same outgoing personality, enjoying travel, socializing, and embracing her vibrant self, Tracy allegedly began to feel a growing resentment. The very traits that had first attracted him to Shanterica, her confidence, her independence, her joy for life, allegedly became unexpected sources of tension within the marriage. The public picture remained bright, but allegedly the edges were starting to fray. Investigators and observers concluded that Tracy was allegedly grappling with feelings of deep insecurity and feeling threatened. He allegedly felt like he was losing his grip, losing control of the relationship, and, perhaps, Shanterica herself. To Shanterica, her life felt full and loving, a balance between her marriage and her personal identity. But to Tracy, allegedly, it felt like she was somehow slipping away. In response, Shanterica, known for her independent spirit, leaned further.
He was already tapped out. He was tapped out. You know how he was tapped out? Because she was doing everything. He wasn't. So he didn't feel like he was really much needed. You know what I'm saying? Men like to feel needed. They like to be the one in charge. And women like this that feel like they want to take control of everything and that this was making him feel that type of way. He was already he's tapped out. He's probably ready to go find somebody else new or somebody younger. But then again, this was his meal ticket. This was somebody that was really taking care of him, giving him a going on trips and expensive trips on the island and riding in the sunshine and buying him gold chains and getting him another tattoo, his body all tatted up. He spent all that, and those tattoos ain't cheap. Those tattoos can run to thousands of dollars, depending on the artist and the work you want done. Those are not cheap tattoos. He got almost his whole body tattooed. His whole back is tatted up. His chest is tatted all the way up to his neck. His arms are tatted up. That's a lot of money of ink in his body. And only God knows what that ink is doing to him. Let's go on.
Into her personal freedom post-marriage. She was seen going out more, enjoying parties and trips with friends, and expressing her confidence in new ways. Her social media reflected this, with posts that sometimes had cryptic captions and shared moments from her getaways and nights out, showing a woman determined to enjoy every moment. As Shanterica allegedly embraced her independence more,
She likes a lot
Tracy's
of attention.
behavior reportedly became unpredictable. He allegedly exhibited mood swings, controlling tendencies, and emotional outbursts.
Let me tell you something. She met him with her booty out, her breasts out, all her body parts out, and that's what attracted him. And all that flashiness and flamboyantness. He know what she's out doing. She knows she out there flirting with other men. And she gonna always keep another man on it. The same way she got in that relationship is the same way she gonna find herself out. But see, he was like, look, she ain't gonna get out this relationship until I'm ready to get out. And so this is all what's going on in his mind. She's not getting out until I'm ready to go. Until I can find me another one that's like her, my next victim, or somebody that I know is gonna take care of me and let me just lounge there or do whatever. You know, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for his next victim. And of course, she probably already had somebody else stashed on the side too. Because look at what she wear. You think men ain't looking at her and ain't hollering at her, and she ain't getting numbers, and she ain't trying to, get somebody on the side? Come on.
Time Shanterica returned from a trip or posted photos that showed her enjoying herself, it allegedly sparked heated arguments between them. He allegedly struggled to cope. The feeling that she was pulling away, coupled with a sense of powerlessness, fueled conflict. Their differing perspectives on marriage and personal freedom created a widening gap. A clash of worlds playing out in private. The tension allegedly was steadily intensifying behind the smiles shared online. Hearing about the alleged shift in Tracy's behavior and the growing conflict makes you think, doesn't it? It raises difficult questions about recognizing the signs of controlling behavior or resentment in a relationship. How do you think individuals can maintain their personal identity and freedom within a marriage? These are complex dynamics, and this story serves as a difficult example of what can happen when they go unaddressed. If this part of the story is impacting you, please hit the like button and share this video to help others be more aware of these potential dangers. Share your thoughts on recognizing red flags in the comments below. The happy posts on social media allegedly continued, but the arguments behind closed doors reportedly escalated, becoming more frequent and intense. The private reality was allegedly moving further and further away from the public perception, creating a dangerously volatile situation. This alleged path, fueled by hidden insecurity and conflict, was reportedly heading towards a breaking point no one outside their home could have possibly predicted, culminating in a tragic morning in March 2025.
Love you, babe. T and Joanna, we had a blast.
Sunday fun day with my favorite guy. Brooke won't let me be great. Like, come on.
The tension that had allegedly been building behind the facade of Shanterica and Tracy Johnson's relationship reached its peak in the early hours of Sunday, March 30th, 2025. The arguments that had reportedly become more frequent, the alleged resentment and insecurity, all culminated on this morning. The delicate balance between their public image and their private reality was about to shatter completely. This was the moment the hidden secrets, lurking behind the perfect picture, would allegedly erupt with fatal force. Investigators later concluded that Shanterica and Tracy may have been engaged in another heated argument, likely centered on the escalating tensions within their marriage. According to the conclusions drawn, Tracy, allegedly overwhelmed by his feelings of insecurity, and the belief that Shanterica was slipping away from him reached a devastating and final decision. The thought, allegedly, was one of ultimate control. If he couldn't have her, no one else would. This mindset, fueled by alleged desperation and possessiveness, reportedly led to an unthinkable act of violence. In that moment, allegedly, Tracy picked up a gun. The confrontation reached its horrific conclusion. He allegedly shot Shanterica, ending her life instantly. A vibrant life, a mother, a woman full of light and love, extinguished in a sudden, brutal act within the walls of her own home, allegedly by the hand of the man she married. It was a swift, shocking act of violence that brought an abrupt and tragic end to Shanterica's story. In the immediate aftermath, allegedly unable to cope with the gravity of his actions, Tracy reportedly turned the weapon on himself. His life also ended in that moment. Just past 4:30 a.m., a 911 call came in, reporting a domestic disturbance and gunfire at the Ron Mar Drive address. The call for help was made, prompted by the sounds of the tragedy that had just occurred. Police were dispatched, but the fatal events had already concluded. Within mere minutes after that call came in, 2 lives were extinguished. Silence replacing the chaos. The violent eruption of hidden conflict had reached its devastating conclusion.
And an apparent murder suit took place Sunday morning, sending shockwaves through the city. Alexandria police say at around 4:30 a.m., they responded to a domestic disturbance in the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive. 2 bodies were discovered upon arrival, 38-year-old Shanterica Smith and 42-year-old Tracy Johnson.
Authorities say it appears that both died from gunshot wounds, but that Johnson's appeared to be self-inflicted. They are investigating this incident as an apparent murder-suicide. APD asks anyone with information about this incident to contact them at the number on your screen.
It's chilling to consider how quickly lives can end when hidden issues reach a breaking point. Hearing about the speed of this violence, the alleged eruption of private conflict, makes you reflect on the importance of addressing relationship issues before they escalate. It highlights how easily the truth can be concealed until it's tragically too late. What aspect of their story resonated most with you? Did it change your perspective on anything? Sharing your thoughts on the lessons from this case in the comments below is valuable. Your perspective can add to this important discussion. In the wake of the 4:30 a.m. call reporting a domestic disturbance with gunfire, Alexandria police officers arrived at the home on the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive. Their entry confirmed the worst fears. Inside, they discovered 2 people deceased. Shanterica Smith, 38 years old, who had died from a gunshot wound, and Tracy Johnson, 42 years old, who appeared to have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The scene was a stark, final contrast to any image of happiness that may have been presented to the outside world. Despite the apparent nature of the event, the Alexandria Police Department has stated that their investigation into the deaths of Shanterica Smith Johnson and Tracy Johnson remains ongoing. As part of their work, they have appealed to the public for any information related to the incident or other crimes in the area. This means that even with the immediate events seemingly clear, the official process of under every detail is still underway. There may still be aspects of this complex case being examined. The news of Shanterica and Tracy's deaths sent a wave of shock through their friends, families, and the community in Alexandria. A relationship that, at least publicly, seemed so full of life and promise, had ended in devastating violence. The most profound impact falls on Shanterica's children, now left without their mother. It is a deep, painful void, a loss no child should have to face. In response to this heartbreaking situation, the outpouring of love and support from the community towards her children and family is a clear indication of Shanterica's lasting positive impact on those around her, a testament to the light she brought into their lives. This tragic event serves as a stark and necessary reminder of the potentially fatal consequences of domestic conflict, especially when it remains hidden. Shanterica and Tracy's story is a powerful example of how social media and public image can conceal dangerous private realities. It highlights the alleged dangers of controlling behavior, insecurity, and jealousy, which when left unchecked can allegedly escalate with terrifying speed into violence. The critical lessons here are layered. The importance of recognizing the signs of an unhealthy or potentially abusive relationship, whether those signs are present in someone we know, in ourselves, or in our own relationships. It underscores the absolute vital need to seek help. For those experiencing abuse, there are resources available. For those struggling with controlling tendencies or insecurity, support is also crucial. For friends and family who see troubling signs, speaking up can make a difference. Silence in these situations can be deadly. Shanterica's vibrant light was tragically extinguished, a devastating end to a life full of promise and love, especially for her children.
Only people I feel sorry for in this whole thing is the kids. They didn't deserve this. As far as for her and him, they lived just the way they enjoyed living, selfish and full of themselves and superficial. They didn't care nothing about them kids. They just cared about themselves. Both of them. The only people I feel sorry for in this whole situation is the kids. And I'm just going to keep it real because these two were just two selfish people. They just was too into themselves.
Story, however painful, carries with it a crucial warning. It urges us to look closer at the reality behind the surface, to be aware of the signs of domestic conflict, and to understand the importance of speaking up or seeking help. Let her story be a catalyst for greater awareness and action against domestic violence. The lessons from
There was no domestic violence here. Okay? This was just people that were too selfish to be with each other, to leave each other. I'm sorry. These were just two selfish people that was too selfish to leave each other. You knew that you wasn't going to be the housewife. You knew that you wasn't going to be able to pamper and do all of this other stuff with your children. You knew you wasn't going to be no mother. You ain't the stay home mama type. You know the kind of person you was, and you didn't even have to waste this man's time just to mislead him on. You could have said, let's just continue to be friends, or let's just date, or whatever, or just don't even be bothered altogether. Just do you. Let's go on.
Shanterica and Tracy's story are heavy, but incredibly important. What lesson from this case resonated most deeply with you? The impact on Shanterica's children is heartbreaking. How do you think communities can best support children affected by such tragedies? Sharing your thoughts in the comments helps continue this vital conversation. If this story has reinforced the importance of awareness for you, please hit the like button. Sharing this video broadly is one way to help ensure that others might learn from this tragic case before it's too late. They both had a beautiful life together. It's so sad that it had to end this way. Our deepest sympathies and heartfelt condolences go out to the families and friends who are grieving the devastating loss of both Shanterica Smith Johnson and Tracy Johnson. We are truly heartbroken by this tragedy and hold you in our thoughts during this incredibly difficult time. The story of Shanterica and Tracy Johnson is one that holds critical lessons for all of us. It reminds us that the most challenging conflicts can be the ones hidden from view. Your attention to this narrative truly matters. If you don't want to miss out on more true crime stories that explore the complexities of human behavior, the hidden aspects of real events, and the crucial lessons they offer, hit the subscribe button now and turn on the notification bell icon below so you'll be among the first to know when we put out a new true crime story that makes you think. And if you want to see more compelling true crime documentaries, don't hesitate to explore our other videos as well.
All right. I already said what I had to say about this one. Just leave your comments below. How do you feel? Don't you think this was kind of like, only people I feel bad for is the children. I pray they strengthen the Lord, and I just pray that they, whatever they go through, that they get through it, and God will carry them through, that they won't look back to remember none of this, and that their lives will go on and be well and prosperous. That's all I can say. These were just two foolish adults that just spent their life in the camera on social media and just living their life the way they want to live their life. Going to Cancun, going to Tajwana, having these exploring and mountain trips and snow skiing, and they was just having. She lived her life. They lived their life. They lived it just the way they enjoyed it. They lived it fully. But these poor children, they got to go on without their mother. And the only thing I can say is pray they strengthen the Lord. That's it. These two fools right here, they had abundance of life in the world. Okay? It's nothing that they haven't done before they left this earth. They enjoyed the glitz and the glamour. So, with that being said, your girl Casey McDaniel,